Well, summer has begun for most Texas students, but the time between Memorial Day and Labor Day has also become known as the 100 deadliest days for teen drivers. Year after year, these nearly 14 weeks see a spike in the number of fatal crashes involving teenagers. That's according to AAA.
That is why Daniel Armbruster is joining us today to raise some awareness and tell us how you can protect your family this summer on the roads. Daniel, welcome in and thanks for being with us today.
Thanks for having me, Will and Avery.
Let's talk about the risk for teenagers out there. They are nearly 3 times more likely to be killed in a crash than drivers over the age of 20. Why is that?
Well, number one, it starts with inexperience. These young drivers, of course, just don't have the same experience as those who have been driving for a while or are older. But also we know that this increase that we see in summertime is because of the fact that kids are out of school, they have more freedom and less supervision, and so they tend to behave in a way that is more risky behind the wheel. We see speeding, we see impairment and distractions as the leading contributors when it comes to these young drivers.
Okay, we know 60% of all teen crashes involve some form of distraction. And I know our minds might immediately go to texting and driving, but we know there's some other factors that could distract a younger driver. What do you all see when it comes to factors behind distracted driving?
Yeah, Avery, so we often do think about smartphones when it comes to distracted driving, but for younger drivers, the number one distraction is actually other passengers under the age of 21 in the vehicle. Of course, conversations can occur when you have several young people in a car, and so the driver may become distracted by a conversation or something else that's going on in the car. And so that's why Texas has a graduated driver's licensing law which restricts the number of people in the vehicle with a teen driver and to one person under the age of 21 that can be in the vehicle.
We, of course, are wanting to highlight those dangers today, but AAA is also trying to combat this. Daniel, talk to us about your Dare to Prepare workshops and what those involve.
Yeah, so we have 3 educators, including myself, across the state of Texas that do virtual and in-person classes, Dare to Prepare, and we have more coming up later in the year. And the idea here is to reach young people who are in the learning to drive process, as well as their parents. Parents play such an important role in the learning to drive process because, of course, you're the parent, you're in charge still, and also your children look up to you. They also, a lot of people don't realize, Will, is subconsciously pick up your driving habits. So if you're speeding, if you're driving distracted, they're more likely to pick that up. But we talk about that in Dare to Prepare, and of course it's a free workshop that we offer through AAA. And the idea is just to raise awareness about the risks on the roadway.
As you mentioned, you are an instructor for some of these workshops. Talk about what you've heard from people who are involved, and real quickly, just any successes you've seen.
Yeah, a lot of times teens come in and you can see it on their face, right? They're like, oh, you know, a workshop my parent made me come to. But they leave with a gratitude because they've received a lot of information that is helpful in not only saving their lives, but also the lives of everyone on the road. That's what you have to remember about the statistics we see when it comes to teen drivers. In the last few years, more than 13,000 people have been killed on U.S. roadways by a teen driver, more than 800 of them here in Texas. So it's not just teen drivers that are at risk because you have an inexperienced driver behind the wheel. We're all at risk. And so that's something we also talk about in these classrooms, and they come away with a better understanding of that.
Such an important conversation to be had, and a great time for parents, if they've got a little more time at home with the kids being out of school, to have some of these conversations, to look up those classes. Daniel with AAA, thank you so much for joining us today.